So, today I'm going to show you how I go about creating lyrics for the sci-fi record that I'm making with Spirits Burning called Dances at the End of Time. And there's 3 books. There's an Alien Heat, there is The Hollow Lands, and there is At the End of All Songs. You've heard of more cowbell. Well, this is MoCoS2E4 Cowbell. So, what I usually do when I'm writing this is I go through each chapter, and each chapter is an individual song, usually. Sometimes the shorter chapters, we combine 2 chapters into one song. That's really only happened once, but it could happen again. Each chapter is about 10, 11 pages long. This chapter that I'm going to work on today is chapter 12 in The Hollow Lands. It's called The Awful Dilemma of Mrs. Amelia Underwood. The one thing that I do is I read the book first. I've read the whole book all the way, and then I close read this chapter. And after that, then I start with maybe the first page, and I write down a stanza that kind of tries to sum up the page. And sometimes, in the case of one of my favorite songs in the last one, which is called Learning the Art, that one I started with the ending and then worked backwards. So, but with this one, I think what I'm going to do, it's 10 pages, and I'm going to start with the first page, and then I'm going to go to the last page, and I'm going to go back and forth from the beginning to the end, and then the second page, and the second to last page. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also thinking that this could be a duet, or maybe a group thing, because there are 3 characters. There is Mrs. Amelia Underwood, Jared Carnelian, the maid, Emily, I think. Oh, and Mr. Underwood is in this too. Okay, so he comes to the door in the last chapter, the maid, and he's telling her that he's taking Mrs. Underwood to his love nest. Now look what you've gone and done, said the little maid, accusing. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Okay, well, try that. Now look what you've gone and done. I like using the actual quotes from the characters. I can change them, of course. And he says, how could I have made her swoon? You know, I was thinking how funny our language is in English, how made and made are the same. Sound the same, but spelled A-I-D or A-D-E. And I mean 2 different things. You're frightened her something cruel, just like you frightened me. One thing I don't like to do, this is all like in, trying to make it sound like it's in 1896. So the accents are very exaggerated and stuff. And I don't usually do that. I don't like to do that in my songs. I like to just keep it regular, just as if they were talking in the 21st century. All that dirty talk. All that dirty talk. You never know what's going to come out in this stuff. Maybe this song will be called All That Dirty Talk, but I doubt it. I'll get some water and salt on it. You're very... so sometimes when I'm doing the first page, I need to do more words than I would do in the pages in the middle. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll do more is better. I can always cut it out later. Mrs. Underwood opened her eyes. Have no fear. I'll have you away from here as soon as you discover. Where have you been, Mr. If you were not him? The subtleties of MoCoS language is quite nice. He didn't want to put have not been hanged, because you have in the previous sentence. In my own age, of course, where you were so happy. Okay, so we got four stanzas from that one page. Now we're going to go to the last page of this thing and see what we glean from that. Here we go. I usually read the chapter backwards, so I start with the last thing. Okay, now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Oh, why did you come here? Murmured Underwood. Okay, let's figure it out. Why did you come here? She sings. Then he says, because I love you, as you know. She says, I wish to take you away. I wish to take you away. Now Mr. Underwood says, and what do you intend to offer my wife? Gifts. Offer gifts. Yes, well, offer. He felt in his pockets and could find nothing but a scepter. As he drew it out, Mr. Underwood flung his hands into a... Okay, so that's kind of how I do it. Okay, I got to read something. This is too funny. So right towards the second to last page, back to there, Jarek starts talking to Mr. Underwood. He says, do you have any children? And he already knows that they don't, but he asks him that. And Mr. Underwood says, unfortunately, we've not so far been blessed. Jarek says, something wrong? No. And then Jarek says, perhaps you haven't got the hang of making them by the straightforward old-fashioned method. I must admit, it took me a while to work it out, you know. Jarek turned to make sure that Mrs. Underwood was included in the conversation, finding what goes in where and so forth. "Mm," said Mrs. Underwood. Good heavens, Mr. Underwood. It still had the teacup poised halfway to his lips. Good heavens! For the first time since he had entered the room, his eyes seemed to live. Jarek's body shook with laughter. It involved a lot of research. My mother, the iron organ, explained what she knew, and in the long run, when we had pulled the information, we were able to give me quite a lot of practical experience. She has always been interested in new ideas for lovemaking. She told me that while genuine sperm had been used in my conception, otherwise the older method had not been adhered to. Once she got the thing worked out, however, and it involved some minor biological transformations, she told me that she had rarely enjoyed lovemaking in the conventional way more. Is anything the matter, Mr. Underwood? Mrs. Underwood? Anyway, I've got to get this in this song here. This is going to be stanza number 9. Anyway. It's